I come from that world. Criminal is about a world of drugs and the business of drugs. And that is a world that I grew up in. It was the business I knew and succeeded at first. People talk about street credibility. I'm from the street. I was in the business. I'm a convicted felon. Everything that I know firsthand. The black blade of the striker was close to invisible in the crowd. The killer had used it so many times. It was as natural as pointing a finger. Point the finger and they die, like magic. A bump in the crowd was all it was, and the rude man in the black coat didn't even say excuse me. He just kept moving through the crowd. Murdoch felt the jolt of their bodies colliding. He felt the sharp pain just above the groin. He was surprised, genuinely surprised, when he looked down. The damage was incredible. Criminal is a book that probably no publisher would have published.
His hand literally flew across the kitchen. He screamed and grabbed the bloody stamp with his other hand. There goes your thieving fucking hand. How the fuck you like that?
The air was a mild 75 degrees and the sun had progressed to its late afternoon position in the sky. Sam Noah worked out at Gold's Gym in Venice. He was young, only 19 years old, with a clean-cut look that was reminiscent of another time.
Ready, steady, go! My wife! Someone's just shot my wife!
Sir? Is she conscious?
No! Her head! Part of her head is missing!
I am the author. If you get busted for shoplifting, why do a life sentence? Change the names to protect the guilty. You gotta call the Guinness Book of World Records. I wrote the biggest book ever.
Stan Learners in the building.
This is world famous K-Day. We're going to do a live spot. Critics have been comparing the book to Natural Born Killers and The Godfather. Let's not just do a boring reading. Let's do something that spices it up.
In other words, Sam brought Bertha down on his skull, splitting it like an egg. Some of his brain matter stuck to the doorway where Frank stood. Sam raised Bertha again and again and again until he was winded from the effort.
Sam felt the heat of the first bullet slam into the left side of his chest. He felt the second bullet graze the left side of his face. Blood poured from his eyebrow. The third bullet hit just to the right of his stomach. A lightning bolt of pain traveled down his right leg. And then, as it always had, the gold cup found its mark. The shooter's head exploded. It was the last thing Sam saw before the black pavement rushed towards his face. He could do nothing to stop the surging pavement. Then came the jolt of his nose breaking and a pool of his blood, his own blood. I really wanted people to have something that's truthful, a character that's truthful, from somebody who's not pretending, to have those experiences, but who actually has. What a strange sensation. First hot, then cold, close to the earth. The pavement feels good. Finally, close to the earth. A smile. I'm smiling. That's strange. Eyes closing. Judgment Day, after all. We're in the parish room, which is the private room in the private club on top of the House of Blues. Reading and writing is every bit more exciting and frankly a lot more real than other scenes. It's a book that once somebody reads, they'll never forget.
It holds nothing back.
The most intense book you'll ever read.
Viscerally driven. Like I said, it doesn't get any more real than that.
It's violent, cool, exciting.
I know, it's a cold, cold world. It's cutthroat, and this happens, and then you go out and you have dinner.
story of a guy who does what he wants, takes what he wants, gets what he wants, unapologetically.
It's not play games.
Stan writes it the way it is. Just get ready for something. It's gonna open your eyes.
I'd like to know how much of it is real, but I think I'd be afraid to get the answer.
How much of Stan Lerner's Criminal is real and how much is not real? I answered from the introduction. Some is fact and some is fiction. And it's up to you to decide.